Hey, I'm Mike McGreen in Waterloo. Canada has two bedrock financial security pension pillars, the Old Age Security and the Canada Pension Plan. Today, we're going to unpack the Canada Pension Plan. CPP, as it is known, it's a large investment pool. It was first established back in 1966, and it's designed to provide Canadians with a predictable and guaranteed stream of retirement income. This income is taxable and will continue as long as you live. The regular age to start receiving CPP is age 65, but you may choose to start collecting it as early as 60 at a reduced rate where your normal pension that you would have received at age 65, it's reduced by 0.6% per month for every month you opt to take it before age 65. Or you may choose to delay it as long as age 70, and that's at an increased rate that is increased by 0.7% per month for every month you delay it beyond age 65. Now, if you take CPP at 60, this works out to a 36% reduction. And if you take it at 70, this is a 42% increase. This amount will be your base amount going forward. And to help keep pace with the rising cost of living, your pension will be indexed to CPI inflation. Now, the amount you receive depends on how much you have contributed during your working years between the ages of 18 and 65. Your contribution is an annual calculation where, depending on your income, you can earn a full credit or a partial credit depending on your income level. If your annual income is higher than the YMPE, which is the yearly maximum pensionable earnings, then you will receive a full CPP credit for that year. And if your income is below YMPE, then you may earn a partial credit. Being a contributory plan, that means you contribute 5.95% of your income off your paycheck, and your employer matches that contribution. There's an annual maximum dollar amount that you can contribute, and it's based on the YMPE. Self-employed people, keep in mind, they must contribute both the employee and the employer portions. Determining your expected CPP in retirement, it's a personalized calculation. CPP will consider your best 85% of your working years and will drop off the low or no income years, and that's called the dropout provision. The reason for this is because oftentimes people will be out of the workforce for whatever reason, and it's designed so as to not penalize them. That can include stay-at-home moms, unemployed people, or those that are between work, or even a homeschooling parent. This is where the full and partial credits come into play. So while working, I'd say it's good practice to check your CPP statement of contributions, which will detail your full, partial, and zero credit years. This is available through Service Canada, and they will also provide you with a snapshot estimate of how much you're on track to receive at age 65. We often get some common questions. If you're approaching the golden age of retirement, you can earn CPP and you can still work. CPP is not income tested like the old age security, where your OAS can be gradually reduced or even eliminated altogether if your income is too high. This is because CPP is a contributory plan, again, meaning that you contributed and you earned your own credits. Whereas old age security, it's paid to Canadian seniors out of the government's general tax revenue. In the case of someone who is still working but receiving their CPP pension already, the post-retirement benefit provision allows that person to receive additional benefits. The PRB is a relatively newer provision, and again, is a personalized calculation, and it's based on your age and your income specifics. If you're between the ages of 60 and 65 years old, receiving CPP and still working, you must contribute to the CPP. But if you're between the ages of 65 and 70, again, receiving your CPP and still working, you can choose whether to contribute to the CPP or not. So if you fall into one of these two categories, you will earn a PRB credit for each year you contribute. This amount will be added to your monthly CPP pension, even if you're already receiving the maximum CPP amount. Like other forms of pension income, such as workplace pension income, RIF income, old age security, you can also split a portion of your CPP with your spouse. Pension income splitting can lower your household tax bill by shifting some of this pension income from the higher income spouse to that of the lower income spouse, who may be in a lower income tax bracket. The CPP is different than the OAS in many ways. CPP will pay a one-time lump sum benefit up to $2,500, and believe it or not, this amount is also taxable. CPP will pay a pension to your surviving spouse based on their age and based on a formula. Your spouse does not have had to have contributed to the CPP themselves. And here's an important note. Typically, the most one can receive is the monthly maximum CPP benefit. So if you are a surviving spouse and already earning your own maximum CPP allowance, then you wouldn't expect any top-up as a survivor. But if your CPP pension was less than that allowable maximum, then you could be topped up to the allowable max. There are also allowances for disability pension. Again, this is where it's based on a different set of formula and based on your circumstances. You must qualify, and there are various eligibility rules. CPP provides additional provision for dependents in the event the CPP recipient passes away or is disabled both before and after retirement. Now, deciding on when to start taking your CPP is a personal matter and can be somewhat involved. You'll want to consider your life expectancy, your health, and even your spouse's health, given the survivorship rule where, again, the maximum allowance that any one person can receive is the annual CPP maximum. You will want to consider your other sources of income and the survivorship allowances on that income, if there is any. What other government pension or other forms of income are you expecting? And how much have you saved, say in RSPs or tax-free savings accounts? And are you still working? There's lots to take into account. Some take CPP regardless, even if they need it or not, and then they invest that money, like in a tax-free savings account. And if the TFSA is fully maximized, then in a non-registered investment account. These dollars can then be passed along to your beneficiaries, either directly or through your will. And again, there are some tax advantages to investing money outside of your tax-sheltered accounts like a TFSA, because that income can be earned in a very tax-efficient way. And that's an important thing to keep in mind. With our Income 65 planning process, we offer in-depth, high-impact planning, where we analyze client circumstances through various lenses and evaluate multiple perspectives. It's our pleasure to make sense of a complex financial world. We want to help you get on a path towards financial security. Thanks for being with me today.